What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Baddog back with another New York Giants video. Not wearing the Giants hat, wearing the old Project Rock hat. Rock's got some pretty good gear. So The Rock is one of my all-time favorite wrestlers. Bald like me, not quite built like The Rock. Anyway, I digress. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up. It helps out the video huge. Hit the subscribe, ring the bell. Come along for the ride that is the New York Giants, the second place New York Giants. We win on Sunday. I'll be live tonight, by the way. Victory stream Tuesday. Sorry about last night. I laid down at like 7:30. I was reading a book with my little guy, and next thing I know, I must have passed out. Well, I did pass out, and I woke up right as the third quarter was starting of that Eagles-Washington game last night, so I didn't get a chance to do it. But we will do it tonight. We'll talk about the Giants' victory. We'll talk about the Eagles losing, which we're going to talk about in this video, and whatever else you guys and girls want to talk about. Of course, this was a great weekend for the Giants. There is no question about it. Outside of my two most hated teams by a mile, losing this weekend, the Giants are able to win. But I'm not here to really rub it in or talk trash or any of that type of stuff. I mean, I'm not going to talk trash to the Eagles fans or the Eagles. They're still in first place. And yeah, I could talk trash to the Cowboys fans because they like to come in and they like to troll. It's just the Cowboys way. But the fact of the matter is they beat us the first time we played, and we have a major game coming up against them on Thanksgiving. I'll be live for that. I hope you guys and girls will be eating your turkey and shoving your face full of a lot of good food and beer and all that other good stuff, and you come hang out with me. But I'll definitely be live. Don't know if Chris is going to join me or not, but I'll definitely be live for the game. But obviously we got a big game against Detroit, and I don't want the Giants overlooking Detroit for that reason. This game against Detroit scares me more than any other game that we've played so far, because it is a human element to overlook them on a short week against the Dallas Cowboys, who have beaten us and have literally owned us for the last 5 years. And it's obviously a major game. It's a primetime game, if you will, on Thanksgiving. And obviously we owe those guys one. And just because they lost Green Bay doesn't mean they're not a good team. The one thing I'm going to say about the Eagles is this. Big shout out to the Commanders. I didn't see the entire game. Obviously, I saw some highlights. So I saw the second half. What I did notice at one point in the third quarter was Washington had the ball for like over 30 minutes to the Eagles' 7 minutes. The Eagles are mortal. They are mortal. Now, on paper, are they better than the Giants? Yeah. Paper don't mean anything. Were they better than Washington on paper? Yes. Washington was a double-digit underdog, and Washington was able to go into Philadelphia and beat them. And I loved it. Shout out to the Commanders. Good job. Louis T., my man. I love it. Right up there with the Giants' victory is an Eagle loss. I hate the Eagles. Hate them. Can't stand them. Hate them. We're going undefeated. No, you're not. No, 72 Dolphins, pop your champagne. Eagles ain't going undefeated. At the end of the day, it don't matter. What that could help the Giants at the end of the year now is the Eagles have nothing to play for. If they've clinched a division, maybe they could let us have that game. Anyway, I digress. The Eagles are mortal. What you've seen from the Eagles is that they do allow teams to run the ball against them. Dameon Pierce had a very big game against them, and Houston was kind of in that game. Davis Mills had a couple of bad turnovers in the second half, and Houston was in the game with us too. I'm not sitting here saying we're going to roll over the Eagles or even going to beat the Eagles, but I think Washington and the Giants are kind of similar in the way they run their offense. If you can tell me that, I like Antonio Gibson and I like the story of Brian Robinson, but if you could sit here and honestly tell me that the combination of those two guys are better than Saquon Barkley, I'm not buying it. Taylor Heineke is a nice story, and he probably should start over Carson Wentz. But you're going to try to tell me Heineke's better than Daniel Jones, I'm not buying that either. Daniel Jones has had some of his best games against the Eagles in his career, as has Saquon Barkley. The one thing that Washington does have that we don't is a guy like Terry McLaurin. Now, Darius Slayton has played very well. I don't trust Kenny Golladay at all. And as well as Darius Slayton has played, he's not Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin is one of the best receivers in the league. But they were able to get open, and once they changed the protection, they were able to protect Heineke a little bit better than they did at the beginning of the game. So The Eagles are mortal. If you can keep them off the field, and I know I'll get them ahead of myself because we don't play them until December 11th, but it makes me feel good to know that Washington kind of has the same formula for offense that we do. They're not a high-flying offense. Like I said, they have a really good receiver. McLaurin's one of the best receivers in the league, but outside of that, they're not throwing the ball over the field. Like the Eagles want to do that. The Eagles want to get in an up-tempo game. They want to get the offense on the field. They want to fly around. They want Hurts to run. They want to throw the balls to their explosive receivers, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. That's what they want to do. And they want to get in a track meet with their opponents because it suits them better. And the best way to beat the Eagles is to keep that offense off the field and to wear down their defense. And that is obviously the blueprint to beating them. That doesn't mean you're going to go out there and do that. It does not mean just because you look at that, like people like the Giants are predictable, and we are predictable. We're going to run Saquon Barkley. You got to stop Saquon Barkley. Just because you know you have to do something doesn't mean you actually can do it. The Cowboys lost to the Packers is another one I did not see coming. The Packers had lost 5 in a row, including a game to the Jets, to the Giants, and they lost to another really bad, the Lions. The Lions were able to beat them. Of course, the Lions have won a couple in a row now, right? Lions have beat the Packers and the Bears, and they're coming in here. It ain't gonna be easy for the Giants. This line game ain't gonna be easy. We're gonna have to score some points. The Lions have a good offense. Their defense is terrible, but their offense is good. Their offense is really good. They can put up points. We have to put up points. But like I said, the Cowboys lost to the Packers. I didn't see that coming. The Cowboy fans can bitch and moan about the officiating. The Eagle fans can bitch and moan about the officiating. I've heard that all the time. The officiating sucks all around the league. I'm not going to sit there and deny it. I'm not going to say that on the fumble that Goddard had, there wasn't a massive face mask that was completely missed, because it was. It was completely missed by the officials. It was a terrible job by the officials. The call at the end of the game, I'm sorry. You might not like it, but that is absolutely a penalty. Heineke gave himself up. It's not like it was a split second. Like Graham hit him a full second or two after he had given himself up. You can't do that. Is it a weak call at the NFL? Yeah, I don't like it, but it's the rule. The rules stink. But Daniel Jones gets smacked in the head all the time. He slides and gives himself up, and he gets drilled, and they never throw a flag for us either. So, it's just insane. The officiating's bad all over the place. So Cowboy fans can complain about it. I like a Philly 500 said. I went back and watched a little bit of his stream, and he said, the officiating didn't help, but we didn't lose because of the officials. We lost because we didn't play well, and that's a stand-up fan to me. You're not blaming the officials, but yeah, they didn't do the Eagles any favors. The face mask should have been called, but the hit on Heineke was a late hit. That's the way I look at it. But this division I don't like the teams in this division. As a matter of fact, I hate the teams in this division, as all NFC East fans that love their team hate the other teams in this division. But this has been a fun season. For me, as a Giants fan, we've been terrible for so many years. We're 7-2. The Eagles are 8-1. They're a really good team. The Cowboys are 6-3. They're a really good team. And Washington is starting to find their groove. They're 5-5. We don't have one team in this division under 500. They have the highest winning percentage of any division in football, and I don't think it's close. It is fun to be a part of the NFC East because for years now they've laughed at us. And Washington won the division in 2020 when they had a losing record. Washington and the Giants have been really bad for many years, under 500. The Eagles have kind of been, since 2017, they've been a little bit above 500, a little bit better. Dallas has won the division, but we really haven't been fantastic as a whole with the division until this year. This reminds me of when I was growing up, man. In the 80s, this division was the best, and it was a beast. We're not the NFC least anymore. Now we're the NFC beast, baby. It's the best division in football. We have, as Giants fans, a massive test coming up here after Detroit. I believe we play 4 straight divisional games. We have Dallas, Washington, Philly, Washington. If we can get through that 2-2, I'm going to be thrilled, because divisional games are difficult anyway, but every team in this division is formidable. Every one of them. Everyone has their strengths. Everyone has their weaknesses. And to me, it all comes down to execution. Washington was able to force 3 turnovers last night. Obviously, if Quez Watkins doesn't turn that ball over deep down the field on the fumble, you don't know how the game ends, but he did fumble. And that's just part of the game. So, listen, man, it's been a fun week. Like I said, I'll enjoy this. I'll do it Victory Tuesday tonight. I'll really enjoy it because the Giants win, Cowboys and Eagles lose. That has not happened for the Giants in a long time, where we've had that perfect week. The only thing that would have been more perfectly honest is obviously is if Washington played somebody else and they lost too. If every division foe lost and we won, but the fact of the matter is the two teams that were ahead of us did lose, and we play Philadelphia twice, which means, Giants fans, we have our destiny in our own hands. We can be the number one seed in the NFC. Giants have the destiny. It's right in front of them. Right in front of them. It's going to be very difficult because we don't blow anybody out. We have Minnesota. We have 5 divisional games left. It's going to be extremely difficult, but that is there for the taking. You beat the teams. You beat the Eagles. You're in first place. You beat Dallas. You extend the lead over Dallas. So it was a really good weekend. But listen, man, I don't like the teams in this division, but I am proud to be a part of this division. Now, I'm happy that the Giants are a relevant part of this division. And we can sit here and, give ourselves, have a little bravado, pound our chest a little bit and say, look at us, man, we're 7-2, 1 game behind Philadelphia. And, with half a season to go, it's been awesome. I hope it continues. And this has just been a good week. I'm excited for football. I'm excited for Giants football. I can't say that. Every year for the last 5 years, we get to Thanksgiving. Our season's been done. Outside of maybe 2020, I mean, we weren't good. We had an outside chance to win the division, obviously. But this year, it's been a lot more fun because we're a really good team. The other teams in the division are really good. Whoever wins this division will have earned it this year. They're not winning it by default. Whoever wins the division this year definitely will have something to brag about. Okay. So, because every team has been very formidable this year. And like I said, man, it's exciting. It's exciting to be a Giants fan right now. I'm looking forward to these games. Can't overlook Detroit. Got to beat Detroit. I know they won a couple in a row. I know they got a good offense. We have to beat them. And then we have a really rough stretch of games. I'm not saying Detroit's not going to be rough because every team we play, we don't blow anybody out. But those divisional games are going to mean so much this year. And I'm just saying, I'm giddy. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to the challenge. I know the Giants are looking forward to the challenge. And hopefully, like I said, if we can beat Detroit and we're 8-2 and we can get out of those next 4 games 2-2, I don't care how you split them up, and we can be 10-4 after that stretch, I'll be extremely happy. Because I believe at 10-4, you're in the playoffs. If you win 10 games, you're in the playoffs. I truly believe that. So anyway, that's all I got in this video. Thank you for watching. Tune in tonight. I'll be live at 10 o'clock for Victory Tuesday. And we'll talk more about it. Until then, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. It is the Bad Diggity Dizzle, and I'm out. Peace.